everybody, it's me, Miz Cracker. Welcome to my studio. Today I'm gonna take you into my life and take some of my fashion out of the closet. Because as you know with fashion, one day you're in, the next day you're out. Right now, we're in my beautiful studio, which is right in the middle of the Bronx Recycling and Trash Management District. We're in the South Bronx, yeah. This is not where I live, this is where I work. I think it's important to have the two places be separate, so I keep all my beautiful drag stuff in this spot. Caitlin and I use this as the launch pad for everything we do. We are at the clothing rack. I have selected for you the clothes that make me feel the most me. And so the first one, of course, here it is, my promo outfit for season 10. This is the outfit that I first showed myself to the world in. And I guess our entire concept, we were working with Garrow Sparrow, and I was like, I want diamonds are a girl best friend, but I want it to be stupid. I was able to get the studio because of season 10. Season 10 got me touring, and first of all, it gave me the money that I needed to have a place like this. And second of all, it gave me so many clothes, and I had so many projects going at once, it was no longer possible to do it all out of a studio apartment. So now we have work studio, home studio, happy life. The metal that makes this bow stand is actually from whiskey barrels, if I remember that. It's like a steel band. I found out that we would be voguing, not my strong point, during the promo shoot, and I was just like, how are we going to get this up and down the catwalk while voguing? And also, what is voguing? Can we have access to YouTube one more time? One of my favorite designers, Garrow Sparrow, said that if you take from different eras and put them together in a garment, that makes timelessness. And that is what I love. I'm always saying that I wear a Far From Heaven silhouette, and this is her. This is another Garrow Sparrow item. It has a custom leather belt, and it is just fluff and fantasy. My style is kind of like if Far From Heaven had been directed by the guy who did Metropolis. It's like 1950s with a tinge of futurism, but now what I'm really obsessed with is kind of texture and stuff that you want to touch. This is covered in transparent sequins that just make it look like, what? She has natural fairy glamour? Yes, she does. I pull from my childhood. I pull from my own strange imagination and my dreams. And I think that it has made my work more rich because I'm really speaking out of my heart every time I wear something. And because of that, what I wear literally has more texture because it's more vivid to me, it's more personal. Before I ever even thought about Drag Race, I got this gift from a queen named Svetlana Stoli. It is me. It's pink and lavender, and when I put it on, I looked by the zipper, and here is the person who made it. Roy Haylock, which if you don't know, is Bianca Del Rio. And this is the Bianca Del Rio silhouette for sure. And putting this on was the first time I ever thought, wait a second, could I be part of drag history? Could I ever become a Drag Race legend, like someone like Bianca? Before Drag Race, I made everything that I wore, and usually I was doing 5 shows a week, so that meant that there wasn't really time to make clothes ahead. I wore this with a ridiculous, Pippi Longstocking, double braid, double ponytail look. It's this denim and diamonds runway, and let's just say this was in a time before Cracker had any money, so I had to look expensive on a dime. Drag on a dime was my entire philosophy at that time. So here we are. I was surprised by season 10 doing it, but also watching it, because I think people were drawn to what I wore and who I was as a person. I think that wigs are the most important part of drag and the way of expressing yourself. The most important hairpiece I've ever made, of course, is the hat hair. They each take about 14 hours to make. And what it is just a ring of plastic and a little styrofoam ball that I've cut in half. And I've wrapped it in braiding hair and then coated it in Varathane, which is just plastic spray, basically. I spent so much time making a hat out of hair, and it's hair, which I love, and it's also something really connected to my mother because My Fair Lady is her favorite musical. And it's just a lot of things that make me happy together. Plus, you get to see me and Blair and Vixen standing for judgment in front of people that really intimidate us and just like holding strong. And so, yeah, it just brings back a lot of good memories for me. Like bittersweet, I guess you would say. And underneath, it's just this wild mess of hot glue. But on the surface, she is beautiful, pert, fresh, smooth. So basically, this hat is just a metaphor for me. A mess inside and smooth on the surface. But remember, everyone, the surface is what everyone sees anyway, so don't worry if you're a mess inside, you can still get by in life. To me, hair is the most important part of my drag, because if you look at a wig head with a wig on it, you know who she is. Do you know what I mean? You know what she's wearing by the hair. This wig makes me really happy because this is from my Heels of Hell tour, and I was on that with Courtney and Adore and Alaska and Sharon and Bitch Puddin' and all those girls. And the reason that it's a happy memory for me is because I made it right before a show in under an hour, and then the next day I got up on the tour bus early and painted my face while the bus was still moving. And I ran off the bus in full face and took a picture at a landmark for Instagram and then ran and did the show. And whenever I look at this wig, I remember how much it takes to make drag happen. I think that seeing my fashion on season 10 made me appreciate what I have, but also say, okay, let's take it up a notch. And so kind of what I've been doing is just saying, what would happen if we turned up the volume on my season 10 being? Like, who would I become if I was more? On season 10, I just wanted to let the world know somehow that I had really actually been on Drag Race. So I was digging around in the trash on the set, and I found a piece of the workroom wall. I rolled it up and stole it, and it has been sitting hiding ever since then. I finally just rolled it out recently. I think I've always been a queen that creates outfits that are like, oh, or like, oh, but I want outfits that make people shut up. You know, they're like, I can't believe that she has that. Where does that come from? Basically, every time I look at this, I'm reminded of the workroom that I was in on season 10 where the pressure was on. And it just keeps me in that mindset that no matter where you are, if you are a drag queen, you have to keep your big ol' nose to the grindstone, which is exactly what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna get back to work. Thank you for coming to CV. Let's see what I do next. One thing you'll notice that every single thing I have is either seafoam, mint in that area, or pink. And it's not even intentional.
Do you want everything RuPaul's Drag Race at your fingertips? Then head over to YouTube now and subscribe to the RuPaul's Drag Race channel, and you will get all the episodes of everything you ever want, including brand new episodes of What You Packin'. Hi.